Iron farm for Minecraft Bedrock, and it's going to produce over 300 iron per hour, so settle in and let's build. The first thing you want to do is make sure you're at least 150 blocks away from all other villagers, villager breeders, villages, iron farms, all of that villager nonsense. Make sure you're at least 150 blocks away from it. Once you've made sure of that, we're ready to dig a 5x5 by 8 block hole, and I just so happen to have a command ready for that very thing. Once you've gone ahead and dug out your hole, it should look like this. Again, this is a 5x5 by 8 block deep hole, and once you have this hole dug out, we're going to grab our beds and place down beds on both sides of the farm, leaving a 1 block strip in the middle. We can then go ahead and remove this 1 block strip and remove the blocks underneath of the beds here, which is going to allow us to place down 10 more beds, bringing our total to 20 beds, which is going to allow for 20 villagers. So let's just go ahead and fill in these beds now. We're going to grab our building blocks now and place down building blocks in this middle strip, so that way we don't have any cats spawning down here. We're going to place down blocks in the corner of all of these beds, along with a block in the center and a torch right here. This torch is probably the most important torch of your entire life, because it is literally going to stop all 20 of your villagers from turning into zombie villagers in the event that a zombie spawns down here because it is dark. So make sure that you have this torch. Once you've made sure that that torch is placed, again, the torch, we're going to grab our workstations now. In my case, I am using fletching tables, and we're going to place down the entire floor with our workstations. Now, an important note is that if you use lecterns or composters, they are not going to generate iron in the rain, meaning that if it is raining, no iron golems are going to spawn because librarians and farmers do not work in the rain. We are now going to go ahead and grab our cobblestone, and we're going to place a cobblestone roof going over the entire thing. However, we are going to need to get our villagers in here, so when you get your villagers over here, make sure you clear out maybe like a 2x2 hole in the corner to get your 2 villagers in here. In order to get your 2 villagers into the farm, really it's up to you, but I would recommend using either boats or minecarts. But all you're going to do is you're going to hop in your boat with your villager, we're going to ride it down here, and then we're going to slowly turn around. Oh my god, I forgot how slow these things are to turn. And then we're going to go down into this hole, which is going to be where our villagers stay. So we're just going to bring this guy over and get out of the boat. Now, once you bring them down here, they're going to link up to the workstations along with the beds. So we can now go up here and grab the next villager, which I guess was close enough to link up as well. But when you're transporting them over here, they will eventually link up to the beds. We can now bring the second guy down here, and again, the slow turnaround, and bring him into the hole. And once he's into the hole, we can go ahead and break both of these boats. Just get out of the boat now, and we can go ahead and free both of these guys. They are nice and safe. Let's go ahead and grab our blocks and make it even safer, so now we don't have any chance of mobs falling in here. Once you have your villagers in here, they are ready to be bred, and you are going to have to give them either beetroot, potatoes, carrots, or bread, and just simply throw it at them from your inventory. They will pick it up, and they will begin trading. They're going to trade back and forth. You're going to see the little love hearts right there. They're going to have a baby, and then we are going to generate up to 20 villagers, all of which need to have jobs. So if there are any nitwits or green coats, they're unfortunately going to have to meet their demise. But these guys are going to have a baby, which is going to bring us to 3 villagers, and of course this guy's going to grow up. We're going to have a little bit of repopulation issues, but we're going to have 20 villagers in here. And again, carrots, potatoes, beetroot, and bread all work. I wouldn't recommend giving them too much though, because if you do overfeed them, they tend to get buggy, and then they will just hold on and not be breeding anymore. So maybe give them like 4 stacks of stuff. They're going to trade back and forth, and we're just going to have to sit here and wait for 20 villagers. Now, it is a little bit crowded, so it might be hard to count, but you'll know that you're at the max when they stop breeding, because they won't breed past the number of beds that are available. So once you have 20 villagers all linked up to the workstations, that is this entire step. And it was probably the lengthiest bit, and you'll see that we already have an iron golem up here. So you simply need to just escape that room. Again, make sure that torch is there. That torch is important. And now that we're up here, we are ready to extend this spawn platform. So we're going to bring this platform out to a 7x7 platform. Again, 3 blocks deep, so we just got to remove this outer rim. And once you're done clearing out the platform, this is what it should look like. You should have your 5x5 cobblestone and then a strip of dirt going around, or whatever block is around it. From here, we're just going to pick any side and make it the front and place down 3 slabs, indicating that it is the front of the farm. We're then going to dig 4 blocks down, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to dig over 2, so 1, 2. We're then going to place down a chest right here and a chest right here. We're going to grab our ladders now, place down 2 ladders, and then a trapdoor on top right here to make a nice little safe AFK area, and that is the chest where all of the iron is going to go into. We can now come over onto this side and place down a slab over top of the chest. We're going to grab our hoppers now and run 4 hoppers into one another in a little bit of like a star shape almost, like this. Or I guess it's a T shape. And that is going to be our hoppers. We're now going to grab our campfires, or if you can afford it like me, because I'm in creative mode, our soul campfires. We're then going to grab our signs and place down a sign right here. We are then going to place down a sign on top of this campfire. And of course, let's try and make it look nice. So let's line it up and place down signs on both sides right here, and a sign on top of this one. We now go ahead and place down our lava bucket right there, and that is our killing chamber. We're now going to go into each of these corners and place down a water bucket, and just like that, you now have a fully functioning iron farm. Isn't that insane? This thing is going to produce over 300 iron just like this. If you want to make it look slightly nicer, you can do some aesthetic spawn proofing is what I would like to call it, because it really serves no purpose other than looking cool. And it's really cheap. So let's just place down some leaves going around here to make it look a little more colorful. It'll pop a little more for the thumbnail. And yeah, that is this entire thing done. So I'm going to go ahead and AFK for an hour, and I'm going to show you how much iron I actually get from using this thing. And after about an hour of AFKing, we have about 4 stacks of iron. If we multiply that by 8 hours, that is 32 stacks of iron in a single night. That is absolutely incredible. And if for whatever reason your iron farm still isn't working, here are a couple things that you can check. First, make sure that this pit is 3 blocks deep. Sometimes people only build it 2 blocks deep, and then you'll have iron golems spawning all over the place. If that's the case and you don't want to rebuild this because you're going to have to relocate your villagers, all you have to do is take your oak leaves or whatever leaves you used and spread them out farther, so that way you've spawn-proofed this area so the iron golems only spawn inside of this little area. Another thing that you should check is to make sure that you added the extra hoppers and to make sure that you have the tamed cats. The cats can easily be obtained by just stealing them from the farm. Down here, make sure that you have all of your villagers, make sure that none of them are nitwits, and make sure that there are no iron golems in nearby cave systems. If you have absolutely no golem spawning, there is a chance that you have golems and they're spawned in like a cave like this. Oh my god, that's a lot of zombies. You could have an iron golem over here and it could take up the iron golem cap, which would make it so that there are no iron golems spawning inside of the farm, and that of course is an issue. So yeah, that should basically solve any problems that you have with this farm. It is an incredible farm, and I hope you guys use it well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just a floating head here. My name is OneUpMC.